guys, Endo's back. Tonight we're going to do a beef roulade for you. Very simple is what I always say for some, but look, we're going to take this nice London broil. Bought this at the store. Very inexpensive piece of meat, not that bad to handle. This is a top round cut. Now check this out, it's nice and lean. All we're going to do is butterfly this open. We're going to pound it out, and we're going to roast these off. Pine nuts. Okay, these are awesome. Get you guys a better view here. Apologize, but my cameras are, whatever. Anyway, we have some nice figs, some provolone, some fresh mozzarella, some basil leaves, and some prosciutto ham. And we're gonna layer this in there, and we're gonna roll it up, and we're gonna braise it off, and I'll show you guys how to make this. It's a version of beef brujol. My version, basically, the traditional version, is more of a braised in tomato sauce type of dish. It's made with raisins, pine nuts, and fatback strickling, but it's a delicious dish in itself. But this is my version of it. I hope you enjoy it, so stick with me. I'll be back, guys. Here we go. We've got a knife here and take our London broil and butterfly this bad boy open. I want to keep this level side because I want a nice centerpiece. I'm going to box this piece of meat open. You start by butterflying it open. Doesn't have to be precise. You're going to butterfly this open and pound it out, so you just want to keep it together in one piece. Now you could make two, cut it in half, but I prefer to just do the one because I'm going to show you guys how to tie this. We're going to use some trussing string, tie it up for you. Okay, now we have a little bit of a meat tenderizer. On this, I'm going to use the flat side of my mallet because I don't want to tear up the beef too much. Alright. Anyway, I decided to go to the tenderizing part because this beef is a little tougher than I thought. This is going to come out nice and tender, trust me. But what we're going to do, finish pounding this out. Okay, this is pretty good. I actually want to roll this. They're filling in it, and we're going to tie it up, and we'll have a nice big roulade. So bear with me just a second. Now what we want to do, go ahead and season our beef. A little salt, a little pepper. And I'm actually going to do both sides of this. Nice, not too much salt. Okay, in this pan I have over here, I want to show you guys this. I just had this on the stove. We're going to take our pine nuts, put them in this pan, just a drop of olive oil. And this will, just want to toast these real quick, and we're going to add our figs to the same pan. We're going to hit these with a little port wine. The beef's looking good over here. We're going to pound it out just a little bit more. Basically, what you're doing is leveling this beef out, so it's gonna cook evenly. You don't want thicker pieces. You don't want thicker in here and then thinner over there. It's not gonna cook evenly. So what we have here, check it out. Our pine nuts are lightly roasted in some oil. Olive oil, just straight EVO, extra virgin. Okay, I'm gonna take these figs, add them to the same pan. Nice, huh? Okay. Now what we're going to do while that's roasting, we're going to layer our prosciutto ham in here. Provolone cheese. Oh yeah, this dish is delicious. Now I'm also going to add some pieces of fresh mozzarella, which will melt nice and creamy in the center. And we're going to layer some fresh basil, whole leaves, because this will be sliced on tranche. And what you're going to have is a nice circular pattern of your cheese and your prosciutto. Oh yeah, with the pine nuts and the figs. Okay, now let's check this out. We have a dry pan here. Let's toss in our figs, just a hair. Now that I'm starting to smell the oil coming out of these pine nuts, and I see a little brown If you look at these are awesome. Okay, just a hair of port wine. Now for this, you could use Marsala, you can use Madeira, you can just use a straight red wine. I just want to steep those in a little wine and soften them up a little bit. And roast those pine nuts and bring that oil out so you get that nice nutty flavor, and it's awesome. But this dish, you have to let me know if you guys want to comment. I'd appreciate it. I did get my 5th subscriber. Woohoo! I mean, awesome. But anyway, this stuff is awesome. I think you guys will like these dishes that I make for you. You know, please subscribe. Give me a like if you like it. If you don't like it, give me a comment, you know. I'm not afraid. Just give it to me. Give it to me straight, all right? Sorry about the camera work. I got lights everywhere and lamps behind me. It's crazy. Anyway, let's finish up this roulade. I'll be right back. Show you how to roll this bad boy up. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now check it out. This is what we got so far. I want to give you guys a close-up view. Excuse this camera work because I'm not very good at this yet. But, okay, that's what you've got. You got your prosciutto underneath your cheese. You got your provolone. Lay it out, your fresh mozzarella, and the fresh basil leaves. A little salt and pepper on each side, and the beef is pounded out lightly. Now what I have here is trussing string. Okay, now if you don't have that, you can hold this thing together with toothpicks, skewers. But I want to show you guys how to do this with trussing string, because you can pick this up on Amazon anywhere. Check this out. It's pretty simple. But you're going to need a pretty long piece of string. Now, I'm starting with about 3 feet. Just going to cut it off. Okay. Now, we're going to take some of our figs and toasted pine nuts, which these things smell really good. I mean, these are, okay. Just going to lay these out in here whole. Could chop them up, but I want them to have, once we slice this, you'll see what I mean. You know, nice chunks of fig in here. And spread these pine nuts out a little bit. I don't want to put too much fig in there. Probably have a little more than I need. The toasted pine nuts, the fresh basil. Now you could use rosemary, you could use sage. I kind of like the different herbs. The herbs are awesome. Yeah, a nice little bit. Not too many pine nuts. We'll save these for a later date. Now we have our pine nuts in there. I'm going to add one other cheese, believe it or not, and that's Parmesan. I'm going to sprinkle a nice little bit of just old Kraft Parmesan right in the center of this thing. Have a nice 3-cheese blend. Alright. Now what you want to do, just take it, roll it. Stuffing all your ingredients in there. Shove them up in there. Keep rolling it towards you. Roll it nice. Tuck in your ends. Pinch these guys off. Now with your string, basically, I like to tie a loop. Not that loop. Okay, you guys see that? So you have a little, okay, check it out. Okay, on one end of your beef, take string, run it through this side, right? You're going to just tighten this sucker up with a noose and run it down the beef, right? So I'll show you how this works. Take it and slide it to this side. And this way you can pull it tight. See how that works? Pulling it tight. Now you can come down to here, run your string underneath the beef, come down about 3 inches, 2 to 3. You can do this as many times as you want. Depends on what you got in there, what you're trying to hold in there. Pull that back to that side, okay? And when you pull it this way, it's tightening the beef. See that? Now we're going to do it again. About 3 inches out. Coming up under, pull your string through. Okay, pull all your tension down to one side. And then pull back. Okay, continue this process until you reach the end, obviously. Okay. So what you're going to end up with is a trussed roulade. Now this big boy, well, it's going to feed 3 or 4 people. But I'm just cooking for 2 right now. So leftovers, yummy. Anyway, as you can see, we're getting down to the end. We have a nice little roulade here. Well, big roulade. This thing probably weighs 2 pounds. Alright, we're going to cap it off. Oop, wrong way. come around my end here and do this one more time and knot that off. And all we're going to do here, I'm going to sear this in a Dutch oven and use that top to kind of steam this. I'm not even going to bake it, but I'll show you what I mean. So when you get to this, just go up under your other strip, the other side of it, and knot it off, and then cut that. Okay, tight. Oh, beef roulade. Okay, guys, check this out. Okay, I have a Dutch oven here, which means that it's about a 1.5 gallon Dutch oven. I'm going to put a lid on this. We're going to brown this and cook it right in the oven. Not have to bake this at all. By that, I'm going to put a little broth in the pan, and it'll kind of steam it after we brown it real nicely. Now check this out. We have our roulade. Remember this guy? Look at that. Nice little salt and pepper, nothing special. Pop it right in your pan. You want to sear this on all sides. You're going to roll it in this little Dutch oven on a medium heat. I'm on about 6 or 7. So all I'm going to do is serve this with a little pasta, garlic and oil, believe it or not, and some broccoli. But I just wanted to show you guys this dish, especially just the trussing part of it. You could fill this with anything you like. It doesn't have to be raisins, pine nuts. It could be, you know, figs, whatever you like. You could stuff this thing with ham and cheese and whatever. Just do what you like to do. But the process is the same. So if you know how to truss this now, just want to roll this in the pan. Get a nice color on all sides. You can see that. It's like, That's what you want all the way around. Okay. Pop a lid on it. Brown it on all sides so you guys can hear me. Very noisy process. Okay, I'm going to finish this up. I'll be right back. Check it real quick. Be careful. Oh yeah, look at this. We got nice color. Okay. Now we're going to do from here. I know you can't hear me, so I'll speak closely. Got some minced shallots in your pan. Lid back on there. Oh yeah. Now I've got some fresh rosemary. Cracked pepper. We're going to put fresh cracked pepper in this. All I'm going to do now is add a little stock to it, and then we'll tighten that up after this cooks in the same pan. It's kind of like braising an ossobuco or something, but I don't want to turn the oven on. It's summertime. It's hot outside, you know. So we're going to do this stovetop. And if you do it right, it'll just cook right here on the stovetop. You don't have to mess with your oven. I'm going to turn this down some, and I'll show you what I'm going to do now. We're going to stick with the same sauce that we were going with our Christian Business Ruby Port. So we're just going to use that, the same thing we used in our pine nuts and eggs. Okay, going to get a little color on these. Deglaze with the pork right over there. Oh yeah. Don't be shy with the pork. I'd say about a half a cup. Then that rosemary I had, pop it right in there. Okay, over here I've got some boiling water. I'm going to blanch my broccoli, boil my pasta for my aglio olio. But I'm going to use some of that for my stock in this. Add some water to that. Basically, we're going to steam this slowly. I've turned my heat down, and I'll show you guys how to finish this sauce up in a minute, and we'll plate. I've been simmering this for about 10 minutes now. I want to check my temp. I want to bring this up to about 125 degrees. And, ooh, I'm a little over 130, so I'm going to pull this and just let it rest for a few minutes. That's okay, 130 degrees. I want a little bit of pink in there. That pink is good, but this looks great so far. Ooh, got some of my cheeses coming out. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take this, set this on the plate. Now we're going to take a lot of cheese out of there. It smells great. I got a little bit of rosemary. I want to pull that out of there. Now to finish this sauce, it's very simple. I'm just going to add like a tablespoon of tomato paste. Well, you're probably thinking roux and things of that nature. I'm going to tighten it up with cornstarch. But I'm going to go a little tomato base, and then I'm going to add a little beef base to this. Kick my heat up a little bit and reduce this down while my beef is resting. And then I'll show you how to finish this dish. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of beef base. I like to use this better than bouillon. It's a good product. You don't need a whole lot of it. Just about nice tablespoon. With the tomato paste, the beef drippings, the wine, the rosemary. Just let your tomato paste thicken this. Add a little bit of that beef bouillon. The port wine. Got a little shallot in there, rosemary. What we're gonna do is a little bit of cracked black, some fresh ground pepper. All right, smells great. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah. I want to take this and cut this string off of here, the trussing string, and we'll slice this on tranche, which means on the bias. It should have a nice little swirl in there. It's gonna look good. I'm gonna finish the sauce up real quick, but that's about it, guys. I want to show you this real quick. Check this sauce out now. We got nice and tight bubbles. You can see little pieces of shallot in there. Am I getting this right? Oh yeah. And that's good. I mean, I had no roux, no cornstarch in here. This is just a reduction. That little bit of tomato paste goes a long way. Now this is done. I'm just gonna take this, put this in a little bowl, and then I'm going to show you guys how to finish the rest of this. Check this out. Looking good, huh? All we're going to do is cut this string off. I'm going to serve this with that pasta I was telling you about. This stuff is good. Take that off. Pop both ends off of that string. Usually comes off pretty easy. You can use scissors, boning knife, paring knife. It doesn't really matter. You do want to get all the string off of it, though. It doesn't chew very well. Anyway, this is a really good dish. I hope you enjoy it. And as always, give me a shout out. Let me know what you think of this, because I really need to know. You know, this takes a while to do, and I hope you enjoy this concept of, you know, trussing, and you know, this looks really good for the holidays and things like that. But let's cut this bad boy open and see what we got. Oh yeah, slicing through those figs. Put 3 of these on a plate and give you an idea of what we're looking at here. And it is a beautiful dish, as now check this out. Now what you have, okay, your mozzarella, provolone, you got that nice thin layer of prosciutto ham with the herbs in there and chunks of fig. Okay, looking good, huh? Look at this. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Okay, I'm looking at this, and that looks really good to me. I hope you guys enjoy this, so please give me a like, subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoy this, and don't forget to comment.